This is it, episode 602, No Laugh Track podcast in Minneapolis, Minnesota at Acme Comedy Company. I'm Justin Severson. I get to host this each and every week, including with a guest that, besides last night, I have not seen on this stage since 2014.
Wow.
2014, Louis Katz.
It's a long time ago.
What happened? Where have you been?
I've been around, just not here.
So you took a 14-year break from comedy? Is
Oh,
that what happened?
I mean,
11-year break? Pardon me.
A 14-year break from Minneapolis. How about that? I've been doing comedy everywhere, and I'm just happy to be back. I always loved performing here back when I was here, back in the day, and I'm just so glad Louis is having me back. You know,
I look back. A lot of times I'll listen back to a guest's previous episode. Mm-hmm. This one's too far. I don't want to listen to myself.
Are you scared of hearing you?
100%. 100%. But I looked it up. Can I read you the description of that episode? Sure. It was episode 108. Today's 602. Wow. July 23rd, 2014. Arj Barker and Louis Katz stopped in today. They're here this week at Acme as part of their Ultra Tour.
Arj, man.
I was going to say, he came up with that?
Yeah, that's Arj. So. That's all Arj.
Louis talks about visiting Brazil and attending 2 World Cup games.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's probably about when that happened.
And
yeah.
Arj expresses his love for bananagrams.
Oh, yeah, we played a lot of bananagrams that weekend. Man, that's a great memory. You know, Arj is like, he's one of my favorite comics. He's so funny, but, you know, usually, and even then I think, yeah, totally even then, he's mostly in Australia. Yeah. And now he, like, rarely, if ever, comes back. And I haven't seen him in years. Actually, I saw him. He came to L.A. recently. I saw him in L.A., but I haven't seen him his stand-up in a while, and I haven't, like, I miss the guy. He's so incredible.
Yeah, real funny guy. Yeah. Real funny guy. It's been a long time. You just mentioned L.A. Where do you live now?
I'm mostly in New York. Sometimes I'm in L.A. My family's in L.A., so I got to be there more. I split my time kind of between the two.
Split your time.
So to be in L.A. to, like, help out my family and stuff like
Mom
that
and
is
dad.
Important. Yes, yeah.
Are back in LA.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where you grew up, went to school, etc.
Yes.
So I've listened back to a lot of your stuff, and there's a lot of jokes and stories about failed relationships or ex-girlfriends.
Yes.
And then last night on stage, it's not ex-girlfriend anymore.
No. Now it's marriage. So my last special, which was on YouTube, it's called Present Tense, or other people know it as the best comic you never heard of.
What is the correct title? I've seen both.
Well, it's the title is Present Tense, and then I was told the thumbnail on YouTube is important for getting views, and I came up with that as kind of a way to advertise the special.
Also, tell people that present tense is like present
tense. Yes, it's like, I don't know if it's a colon or a slash or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, I have all this artistic, and I think a lot of comedians have this. You have this, like, artistic way of looking at it. You want to release it like an album or like a movie, and what would you call it? Something that really says something or whatever. And then the thumbnail on YouTube it's not an album cover. It's an ad. And so you have to make it the best ad possible, and so that's why I called it that. I thought it was like a little bit clickbaity. I did that on purpose, and it also played with the theme of the show. Yeah. Which was the show. The theme of the show was, for that hour, was kind of like not reaching my potential, but it was also, I was going to say, kind of a breakup hour. I was about going through a breakup. Yeah. And it was kind of, and now I'm married. I'm since married to another woman after that breakup. But, you know, it's with comedy, it takes so long to write jokes. I was already dating. I was with my wife already. We weren't married yet. Sure. When I recorded that breakup special, so it was always a little bit weird. Like, I'm talking about this horrible breakup, and I'm like, there's actually a new woman who's way better over here. But I'm like, I'm still sad about that. But you know what I mean. So you have to bend the reality a little bit, just because timing wise, I guess. I mean, it's still all real. I mean, except for the things that are clearly not. It's not all real. I'm saying there is still, like, real breakup stuff that I went through, but maybe by the time it was recorded, I was definitely over it. Yeah. Who
is most surprised that you're now married? You or someone else in your life? Who's most surprised?
I don't think anyone's surprised that I'm married. People are just happy that I found, when they meet my wife, they're like, good job.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, people are generally into her. She's very charming, and people really like her. So I don't think anyone's surprised that I'm married. I mean, it's like, I got married at 43. It's like, yeah, eventually, sometimes people do that, you know.
For sure. I'm married twice now.
Okay.
Second one, yeah. 40. That's when you make the good decisions.
Okay. Are you sure you're still in the second one?
Oh,
or are you
yeah.
two down,
Strong.
third to go? Okay. All right. Good.
Strong. We got, it'll be 10 years later this year.
Congrats.
Yes. Going strong. I'm confident.
Excellent.
Confident we're going to make it to 10.
Good. Good for you, man.
Thank you. During the show last night, I don't remember who was up on stage, but all of a sudden I saw your head pop into the club.
Yes.
From, what would that be, stage right?
Yes.
Which doesn't normally happen. Is
Yeah.
that when you were just arriving at the club?
Yeah. So yesterday was, and usually, I mean, like, you know, you hear about all these travel disasters, and I guess I've been lucky a lot that it wasn't. But yesterday I hit a very, very bad day, apparently for everyone leaving out of New York.
Oh.
I sat on I guess I was maybe cutting it a little close, but I was like, there's plenty of time. It shouldn't be a problem. And the flight was delayed like an hour, 2 hours. And then we sat on the tarmac for 2.5 hours.
No.
And I was like, we're barely going to make it. And I was running. I'm texting the club, you know, saying I'm gonna be late. I'm barely gonna make it. And then I run out of the plane. I go to the lift. I make it here. I got here, I think, half an hour after the show started.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then and then they had a guest set to extend it, and
Yeah.
I shoved a salmon steak in my mouth so I had some energy. And
Nice.
I'm one of these few comedians. I'm one of the only comedians I've ever met that has to eat beforehand. Other comedians don't like to eat beforehand.
I've heard that.
I have to eat. If I don't eat, I can't remember words and stuff. It's messed up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of times it's like, can I order and have it waiting for me afterwards? That's more traditional, right?
No, I have to eat. I have to eat before, and sometimes I also eat after.
I was going to say, do you
Yeah.
sneak in that
Yeah.
extra one after?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, they're offering.
I eat a lot. I eat a lot.
Nothing wrong with that. No. Did you have to tell the Uber guy, like, step on it, or?
I kind of implied I was late.
You did.
And once I saw I was driving, I'm like, there's no need to say anything to Hakeem. He's doing it for me. He was already driving pretty quick, and I was like, this guy's great. So it was perfect.
Did you have a connecting flight, or was this direct?
It was
Probably
direct.
right?
It was direct from LaGuardia here. Man, Todd Barry texted me. Apparently, he was stuck like 10 hours in the airport and was still there when I was texting with him. He was just trying to get to Austin, which is a short flight. I mean, what saved me is really the time difference, and that eventually we took off.
Yeah.
But it was like really, I had no idea it was bad weather right now. I didn't really know what was going on.
I have a travel etiquette question for you.
Mhm.
Airplane etiquette.
Sure.
You travel way more than me.
A lot.
You're gonna have to. I'm sure you're always in first class, so this story involves the back of the plane.
Not always in first class.
And
mostly private jets.
suspend disbelief for a moment, Louis. This a few weeks ago, we land in Minneapolis, and the thing that I always am prepared to be upset about is when people sitting behind me get up and want to exit the plane before
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Right? You know
Yes.
exactly what
I
I'm
hate
talking
that,
about.
yes.
You hate that.
Mhm.
So I'm already like on edge. If anybody I'm probably going to say something. Sure enough, it happens. This woman gets up and I'm like, whoa, 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 hey. I go, we're all trying to get off this plane too.
Uh-huh.
She looks at me and she goes, do you have a connecting flight? I go, well, no, but why does that matter? I go, I'm trying to get out of here too. She's like, well, it does, and then just stared at me. Now, should I feel guilty for saying that to her, or should there have been another? Should the airline have handled that? Should she have just said, hey, everybody, I'm meeting a connecting flight. I need to get out of here. Have you seen this?
I have seen that. Well, what I've seen is usually sometimes they will announce on the plane, hey, there's people connecting flights.
Didn't happen.
So if you could please let them out first.
And
so
I
I
would.
think without them doing that, you are right to assume that she's being rude, and she is wrong. She could have said what she said nicer to you and said, I'm sorry, I have a connecting flight. Can you please let me go? Like people are surprisingly in all sorts of cases, people are surprisingly nice in the world. Like I've been late where I'm like, I'm gonna miss my flight. People just let me go in front of them. You know what I mean? But it's like you have to say it in a kind way, and I think you weren't wrong to assume that someone was being pushy unnecessarily. You know, it's
Because I've seen it so many times. But
Yeah.
also, if they would have announced it, I would have been, by all means, you have.
Yeah,
please
sure.
go, please. Yes.
Let me ask you one. This is a question that I recently thought maybe I'm doing the wrong thing on planes. I always I sit in the window, and I do have to pee. I will get up to pee. I've heard I guess there's this idea that if you're gonna have to pee on a flight, you should take the aisle. I don't know if that's true. I think that's the price of being on the aisle, is that sometimes someone's gonna have to maybe on a red eye. But I don't know. I feel like that's what happens is people have to get up and
Everyone
they have to go.
has to pee.
That's what I thought.
We
Okay.
cannot plan
All right.
peeing. Let's just
Okay.
it should be understood that everybody's probably going to have to pee, and more like if you're not, that's strange.
Yeah, it's probably
I think.
dehydrated. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to get some water.
Yeah. So no, have you done the thing where you like, hey, if I fall asleep, just go ahead and tap me, wake me up?
I don't warn people of that. There's a lot of weird airplane things that I
Yeah.
don't even really believe in. I will tap the person. I don't care. I will tap them.
Yeah.
And this is maybe a rude thing. I also don't believe in. I don't ask the person behind me if I can lean my seat back. I just try and do it as gently as possible. But I'm not going to ask
Millimeter
permission.
per hour.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, totally. I'm not going to ask permission for what is my right in the purchasing of the seat to do.
Yeah.
I've heard you're supposed to do that, and I think that's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my rules of the whole thing, I would say.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, I sat there. I appreciate your answer. I did sit there and think like, oh, now I'm the asshole. For calling out what I thought was an asshole. Now I feel.
It's okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, I feel better now. I'm going to do it next time. No. We're going to hop all over here. Only because there's things I want to bring up that before we run out of time. On your social media, I saw a thing, Johnny Carson reading jokes.
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes, that is real. I grew up in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I guess the Tonight Show would do like kind of kids saying the darndest things. They'd send like questionnaires to elementary school kids, and they'd have them answer the questions, and they'd read their answers on air, like the funny things that they'd say. And he chose two of mine, and he read them on air. Now, there's a lot of kids who's got their jokes read on air by him, but I'm the only one that became a comedian, so it's more interesting. But it played. I found the footage, and it is on my. It's pinned at the top of my Instagram, and it's also what's the other thing about it?
Go ahead.
No, just that other kids did it, but they just didn't. They played it at a loop on my bar mitzvah. That's what it was.
When the night that it was on, did mom and dad let you stay up to watch it? Did you know it was coming? Way back and whenever that was?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I was 8 years old, so that's way
It would have
past
been
my
past your bedtime.
Definitely past my bedtime, but I think I was given permission. Yeah, and if, they've always been supportive of my career, but how could they not be when they played that on a loop at the bar mitzvah?
I mean, right? But also, like, as an 8-year-old, can you go back to school the next day and brag to your friends? They don't know what the hell that is.
There's 10 other kids at the school that all had their jokes read. I just made it, and it wasn't, and we all, bragging to each other. It was a trip. It's like a thing about, I think it's just a lucky thing of like growing up in LA. There's just weird LA stuff. Your substitute teachers are always like weird, struggling actors and stuff like that. There was one teacher who played, she played Red Sonja in the Conan the Barbarian show at Universal Studios, and then she was also in like some softcore porn. So that was awesome.
While you were a student?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if she was like, "I'm going to see you later, kids. I'm going to set." But I'm saying,
Here's a better question.
Yeah,
but all kids knew that while she was around.
Yeah. And then, there was like at one point, and I went to public school, but at one point, Muhammad Ali's kids were going to my school, and he would like come. Sometimes he would drop them off.
Come on.
And he would none of the kids would go to school. They would go to class. Like the bell would ring, and we'd all just like swarm him to get his autograph. Yeah, it was really cool.
Do you have one?
Oh, I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if I remember. I just remember that happening. That's a good question. I don't. If I do, I have no idea where it is.
So the internet says you went to North Hollywood High School.
Yes,
is that accurate?
Yeah.
I looked up some of the famous people that have gone to that school.
Adam Carolla, Brian Austin Green, Mayim Bialik, Louis Katz. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Did I miss anybody?
Harry Anderson.
Oh, okay, cool.
From the old Allison Hannigan. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you nailed them. Did you cross paths with any of those people?
I think all those people are older than me.
Mayim Bialik?
She's a little bit older than me, slightly older than me. She went to my temple too, actually. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wild.
LA, yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I remember it was.
Yeah.
She was in that movie. She played a young Barbara Streisand in the movie
Beaches.
And I just remember being a kid and thinking, there was something my mom said. She was like, she heard it was called Bitches, but it was called Beaches. It's some kind of funny joke, but I just remember that as a kid. She's like, she's in this movie Bitches. I was like, what? This sounds crazy.
First time you heard your mom swear?
Yeah. No, I think she was like, I can't remember if she was swearing or I can't remember what the confusion was. I just remember there was thought that it was called Bitches for a second. My mom took me to, she took me, this is getting Jewier than it needs to be. Speaking of Barbara Streisand, she took me to see the movie Yentl in theaters, which if you look at the time-wise, I must have been like 7 years old.
Yeah.
I should not have gone to see it.
No.
I thought this is serious. I thought it was about, I love lentil soup. I thought it was called Lentil. And I was like, let's see this. I'm into it. Lentil. And there's no lentils in the whole movie. I was really bummed out.
Mom, did we go to the wrong movie? There's not one lentil.
No lentils.
Not even a bowl of soup.
Lentil free. I was disappointed.
Oh my God. Dear God. You did how to be. It got an interesting reaction from the crowd last night about how to get on your mailing list.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a great. Everyone who wants to join the email list, I make it easy for people. You just text the word balls, that's BALLS, to 55444, and that's how I've been doing it for a while. It kind of works.
It sounds like a joke. Like
it's
like
real.
It, doesn't really
it is
work.
totally real. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for a while to get people to sign up. You know, I think you can't really trust the algorithm, and I know email is almost like outdated, and people get tons of emails all the time, but at least it goes directly to people instead of just hoping that the algorithm might show your clips to somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
If you're not spamming people, which
Not
you say
at
you're
all.
not, then they should absolutely sign up.
And
Great
I also,
idea.
part of the thing, and it freaks people out, when they text balls to 55444, there's a whole like questionnaire, and it goes like, okay, what's your zip code? And some people are like, why are you asking my zip code? But I'm asking your zip code so I can only bother you when I'm coming to your town,
Yeah.
and after that, I'll leave you alone.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Makes complete sense. I was impressed by all the crowd work you did last night.
Oh, thanks.
No,
Was
there
there a
wa-
lot of crowd work?
No, there wasn't.
Oh,
any.
okay.
I'm joking. There wasn't any.
I can't remember. Maybe I was like, maybe I did a lot of crowd work yesterday. It was a blur.
No,
But
no.
I'm not a big crowd work guy. No, it's not what I'm trying to do. And in fact, like I ran into like, you know, the nightmare of, and it's been talked about a lot already, but the crowd work trend, and now I'm sure it's like we're already deep in the backlash against this crowd work trend. But like, I mean, I had the problem the other night where it's like the crowd thought it was totally interactive, and this is like Acme's such a great club because it's cultivated a great audience.
Yeah.
And the people here understand. Like it was just nice to return to that after I had a show on Monday where people were like, just thought we were having a conversation, and I'm just like, it's not. And it's like it's the nightmare, not the nightmare, but it's the problem. They were stepping on punchlines. It's like, this isn't a question for you. I have the answer. I'm about to say it. That's going to be the funny part, and you just fucked it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Your
So,
participation is listening.
yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Laugh, don't laugh. That's
Laugh.
all you got to do,
Yeah.
unless I directly refer to you.
There were, now just that reminds me. There were some not interactions, but you pointed out a couple people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Two that apparently I couldn't see from where
Yeah.
I was sitting, but apparently had their arms crossed for most of the show, and then one who was supporting you with laughter
Yes.
throughout the night. I
Yes.
love when stuff like that happens off from the stage.
Oh yeah, I mean, really, I felt bad because I could tell what it was. It was like, really what it was like, it was two super skinny girls with sleeveless shirts on here. The air conditioning's blasting. They were cold. That's what it was. And the slightly bigger lady in the next row was a little warmer because she's got warmth to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, she was also just a better laugher in general. But
Yeah.
I didn't think, you know, crossed arms is generally negative body language, but that's not what it. I was just you know, kidding them. They were into the show. You know, they were just chilly.
I can relate. I usually bring something here. Like,
Oh,
I
really?
got some right now in case I get cold in here, because
I didn't-
sometimes I get a little chill.
I didn't think it was that cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's a good. I mean, that's a, you know, same with like when you go to a movie or something like that. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about. I also saw another thing on your social media about you did some crazy long bike ride.
Oh yeah, that's just this year. I did the Age Ride, which is, and this is the last year they did it. They've done it for like how long? Maybe 30 years or something like that. It's a charity bike ride where they ride from San Francisco all the way to L.A. And my friend did it once before, and I'm not a big. I like to ride my bike, but not like kind of casually. And this was the first. And then my friend asked if I wanted to do it, and I agreed. It was very intense. It was like, it's weird. I have some like really beautiful memories from it, but it was really not my thing, man. It was like
What part of the day do you start?
when do you start riding?
Yeah.
Oh, you get up at like 6 or 5 a.m. The thing is, there's 2,000 people doing it. We're all camping out. So it's not just how far you have to bike ride, which we are averaging about 80-ish miles every day, sometimes over 100, sometimes as low as like 60 one day. But most days like 80 to 100, which takes a lot of time. But also there's lines everywhere because there's 2,000 plus people in this campground. So there's a line for the bathroom, line for the shower, line to eat, line to leave, so they're not leaving in this massive bikes.
Oh, sure.
But it was it's just like it's kind of like running a marathon. I don't believe in marathons. I think it sounds painful. It's not, I'm not hacky, but it's like been done before. It's like, it's named after a guy who died from doing that. Marathon, the guy who's delivering the message, that's what it is. He delivers the message, he runs that distance, and then he dies. Like, I don't believe in pushing my body to the limits. I think there's limits for a reason. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? So I thought it was like a bike ride with my friend, like a bike trip with my friend, and a supported bike trip. And it was like, instead it was basically kind of like a marathon. We really couldn't stop anywhere. We had to just keep moving, and like once we got there, shower, eat, go to sleep, and then get up and do it again. It wasn't I mean, also stupid me, like I thought it was a week long. I was like, okay, cool, 5 days. And it was 7 days. I didn't, of course, that's how long a week is, but I really didn't even know it was 7 days. It's not something I normally do, so it's cool that I was able to do it. And I saw parts of California that I've never seen before. It's my home state, and I already have so much love for it. It's such a beautiful state, but I saw more of it. There's all these, I guess one famous native tree to California, actually, you always think of palm trees with LA specifically, and maybe pine trees or redwoods up north, but there's these coastal oak trees, and they have these huge coastal oak groves, these beautiful oak groves, and it's gorgeous. And there's also this like other wine country that I hadn't even heard of that's up in Northern California, where it looks like Tuscany, and apparently it's on the same latitude line as Tuscany. It's gorgeous, and all that was really cool to see. And it's also just a trip, it's like it's for a good cause, which at first you're like, oh, maybe is AIDS still really a problem? But like, yeah, they're cutting funding for a lot of these LGBTQ community centers, so it's like a good time to raise money for them. And it's also like really interesting to see, the range of it. Like there's people, because we've, even in our lifetimes, there's been such a change with the gay movement. So there's people that have been on this bike ride for so long before, like, it was okay to be out. It was, people, when people were still dying from AIDS. Yeah. And there's people still on the ride that were there then.
Wild.
And just to like think about that and how far we've come and how much things have changed was really cool,
So the bike I have at home has probably cost me like $250.
Nice.
How much was yours?
Well, I did a thing. They have this thing called Bicycle Angels, where they have bikes specifically for these charity rides.
Oh.
And you get to check them out. Then you just have to pay for their tune-up at the end, but then you get to use the bike for the charity ride.
Nice.
So I got one of those, but like I ended up spending a lot of money just getting it right for me. You know what I mean? Like, I guess for these long rides like that, you really like. This is what I'm saying. Like, I thought I liked to ride I thought I was a bike rider, but not like other people are. You know what I mean? This is my first time wearing those damn like unitards. You know what I mean? What do they call the whatever unitard?
Yeah, the cycling.
Yeah,
thing,
I'm wearing a unitard.
I saw a video of you powdering your undercarriage.
I'm putting butter in my ass and balls. You have to butter up. It's called butt butter, and you have to. This is what I like. This is the thing. Like the ride was like, I'm so scared of getting sunburned. I mean, it's tons of exposure. I'm just outside, so I'm like always rubbing some kind of cream on myself. I'm like I'm sick of it, and you have to butter up your balls and taint. I was so scared of getting a saddle sore, which is like, and so I'm just like, it was just like, I don't like rubbing creams into myself. I don't like wearing those outfits. Like I still go on bike rides now, but it was at the end. I was like, I kind of did to myself with biking what I did to myself with comedy. I said like, man, this is something I love. How about I do so much of it that I no longer love it anymore? That's not true. I still love riding my bike and I still love comedy.
Less saddle sores in comedy, right?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
So last night, let's see. How do I want to get into this? You're known for being a little dirty. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
accurate.
Yeah.
You had merch, like a poster, and what does it say? Something about
Comedy for people who like their dirty jokes smart and their smart jokes a little filthy.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there was a. I want to talk about this without giving up the jokes you were talking about last night. But let's just say there was somebody sitting close to me last night, and when you were getting a little dirty, he was like, "Jesus Christ!" Like having comments like that. What do you think about that? Like the groan or the man. That's one time he was like, "That's fucked up." I know which one it was. You were describing things that happen in a casket.
Oh yeah. Well, with that one, I was listening to the tape first of all, and
Maybe you can
let's
hear
not,
him go.
I can't. Let's not talk about the joke. But
Yeah.
like, I screwed that joke up. I didn't set it up properly for it to have it pop right. I skipped a line. I missed a line, so it didn't. It still hit. It's so weird when sometimes that happens in a joke, and you're like, wow, it still kind of worked somehow.
Wow.
But I skipped a whole line that really like is the reveal that should have made it hit better instead of it like was a slow reveal that maybe sometimes it's like if it has time to wash over somebody, it's grosser to them. If it's just like a quick shock, then it's like they laugh because they're like, whoa.
For sure. Yeah.
So that could be the problem there. But sometimes I'm worried. Like the last time I was here, and I'll say this, I wonder if it's sometimes an issue with Midwestern crowds. I feel can be a little bit tighter, a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like this club's brand is typically smart and silly alt comedy, but not necessarily dirty. Although I think Attell does come through here, and like Chad Daniels, who's like, like kind of like royalty around here, as he should be. I always loved him because he's like, I love him because he's his family, but he's also dirty. Like it's so great, and he's. I mean, who's more Midwestern than him? I mean, I guess Jim Gaffigan, but really Chad Daniels because he stayed here. You know what I mean? Like it's so.
Absolutely.
He's so great, and I love that he's edgy and family, and he does them both.
Yeah.
So to say that it's like not Midwestern to do that kind of stuff isn't really fair. But I do find a little bit more. I feel like there's like a judgmental. People are a little judgmental. They're judging me. They're judging the people around them a little more, or something like that. I'm not really sure what it is. There's also like a little bit of a sternness. Maybe this is all sorts of theories. I don't know if any of this is true, and I don't mean to offend anyone here, but like, there's all this Nordic people here, and they tend to be like a little stoic, so maybe even that's still in it.
Sure.
Like when I was in, and I know it's not the same. I was in Milwaukee a little while back, and I just haven't seen that many. Almost every show had a few people close to the front that were just straight faced the whole time. Like I haven't had that in years. Usually there's someone who's not liking it as much, but then you crack them and they're laughing and they get on board and stuff like that. Or sometimes when I used to work black clubs, it's almost like a challenge. They're like, make me laugh, But this were just people just like stone facing me. I'm like,
Did you get to the bottom of it?
No, I didn't. I never figured out what it was there, and I wasn't getting that here last night. But what I was getting was, and this could be, I do a little joke where I'm kind of tease the audience at the beginning, and I'm wondering if I've been thinking maybe I shouldn't say that, and that could be why. But I felt like all of last night there was a vibe of like, are you making fun of us? Or like every time, like the point is, you do a joke. A lot of jokes have a setup that's like, where is this going? And then our job as a comedian is to have a punchline that like makes it kind of breaks the tension and makes it okay to laugh at it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it felt like a lot of last night was like, are you going to break the tension? Like they weren't sure if they could trust me to do it properly, even after I gained their trust over and over again for a long part of the show. And I do feel like there's a little bit of the, is my neighbor, are they laughing too? Is this okay to laugh at?
There's a little bit of that.
So yeah, I'd say I don't typically, I'm less dirty than I used to be, much, much less dirty. And B, I don't really have that problem. And I wonder if it is specific to here. Maybe but I thought.
I mean, there's just
yesterday-
one guy. So
Yeah, I
who
thought
knows?
but I thought yesterday went very well. And in fact, last time I was here I was opening for Shang Wang, who's one of my best friends in the world.
Oh, that's who you were with.
Yeah, that's the last time I was here. And
Yes.
Shang is like, I didn't, we never thought of it at the time, and I wasn't even sure if. I guess he was just starting to get his own following, so wasn't. I never think of Shang being a clean comic, but he is. He ended up being one. I just never thought of him that way.
Okay.
And I was also trying to get ready, I think, for this other special that I was doing. So I was like, I'm just got to do my stuff, man, and like I gotta prep for my special. I think I was helping him prep for his. We're on this parallel track, where we kind of tape at the same time, so we help each other with our specials.
Sweet.
So I was like, hey, I'll help you with yours if you let me feature just to get some stage time to work on mine.
Yeah.
And but like his crowd specifically was like not on board for this edgier stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that's like Shang's crowd meets the Midwest is like a perfect nexus of not my people. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but I've actually did some shows recently. Now he's in theaters. He's huge. So I did some fun things just to hang out with him. And now that I understand he has his own crowd, which I didn't even get then, I'm like, I can adjust and it goes fine, And like I said, and yesterday here, when it was people to see me, I thought it was fine, although I did get a slight judgmental vibe.
I could tell a majority of this crowd was here to see you because when they announced your name, I come to a lot of shows here, almost weekly, and you can tell, you can hear from the pop of the crowd when they said your name. It was hey, we like him, we know him, this is why
Cool.
we're here.
Awesome.
So
That's good. Yeah,
that's got to make you feel good to hear that
for sure.
Before we started recording, you said something about, I'm kind of working on this stuff for a recording.
Yes.
So where are we with that?
I'm looking to record. I was hoping to get it done like late fall, but now it looks like it's pushed back till February.
Oh,
I'm still very much working on the show. I got it in my head, and this could be a huge mistake, that I want the show to have kind of a narrative through line and to have it feel like a show and feel like it all kind of fits together in a way.
okay.
So I'm still in the process of making that work. I've had, usually it's like you have an hour worth of jokes, and then and I have the jokes, they work, tape.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for like over a year for me, and I'm adding new jokes and taking things out. I've already gotten rid of, not a second special, but I'd say maybe a 20 to maybe half a special's worth of jokes.
You should just record that just to put it out there online.
Yeah,
then.
I have recordings of
you
all
have.
of it.
Good.
Yeah, and I probably will.
Yeah.
But some of them were weak, and I just kind of I found new material that I liked more, and so I never really finished them.
Okay.
And some of it just like I'm like, I don't think it works with what I'm trying to convey. But it's just I was before I was re-cheered up by this great crowd yesterday, and I was in the dumps about the shitty talkative crowd I had on Monday. I was telling my wife, it's like, I decided to make something long and smart and like takes people paying attention when all of our culture has moved to short and dumb and zero attention. And I'm like, wow, I'm really just ignoring society and just doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
And maybe after this I won't do that, but for now I got to finish what I started. But it does have its limitations too, where it's like, when I would just when I'd usually have this, fresh crop of jokes, whatever, the new hour. Another cool way of doing it is like you don't even have a set list, and you're just pulling random jokes. And if something you want to talk about this, you talk about that, and you come up with this, and you can improvise more around it because you're not stuck in like trying to kind of tell the story in a certain way. And now I'm kind of like locked in this way that makes for a lot less possible improvisation like that. So that's like kind of a little why it's a little bit of a negative. I don't know if I'll do it again for another one, as I was saying.
Okay.
But I'm definitely doing it for this one. So
Do you still do the opening sets for like a tell? And
not so much anymore. A lot less this year. Sometimes, but a lot less this year.
yeah.
But yeah, every once in a while we're still in touch. We still hang out. He's one of my closest friends in comedy, and it's been, and also like we're both like talk about being on the same track, and I'm not always with Attell because he Attell has the problem of being such a good joke writer, and the jokes are short and tight that it takes him a long time to write new jokes.
Yeah.
So he also put out a special last year, Hot Cross Buns, which
Oh,
is super funny.
God,
Yeah,
that's so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and but then he's in it with me, where we're both struggling to come up with new material, and it's like cool to commiserate with him, and it's always good to talk them through with him because
Yeah.
he's such a good joke writer.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I mentioned that poster that you're selling. What was the other merch? You got a sticker?
And don't tell and the other thing we don't talk about. Yeah.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
Good.
No,
All right. Good.
no,
I'm glad
good.
you don't remember it.
Perfect. Let's see. Anything else we should be mentioning that people?
Just that
should
they
know?
should, if they haven't seen if they come in to see me this weekend, well, they should check out my special that's on YouTube.
It's really good.
Thank you.
I
Thanks.
watched it.
And also, if you want more after that, check out my This Is Not Happening, which is also on YouTube. Both of them I'm very proud of. And come see a show this weekend. And you can check those out. And the hour that I'm running here or anywhere else is totally different than anything you've seen online. So you won't spoil anything by watching those. And text balls to 55444. And
It's real, folks.
Yeah, it's real. And follow me on all the things at Louis Katz Comedy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hopefully you can come back sooner than 11 years from now.
Yes, it would be nice. Or technically, as a headliner, I believe it's 15 years.
Jesus.
Yes, I think it's 2011.
Come back sooner than that.
Yeah, would love to.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.